It may actually be a keeper, and if it is, I'll post it right now.
And go in. I said on my phone. Okay. I don't want to break the phone.
Yeah. Oh no, I hear you.
Phone's breaking.
I hear you. You know, look. Are you in? Are you in?
We have a guest. Make sure they don't get squashed by the gigantically.
Let's turn off the Aerosmith for now.
Turn off the Aerosmith. That's a step.
Yeah.
In every show, turn off the Aerosmith.
Turn off the Aerosmith.
Yeah.
So, in the darkness of the rear of the car.
Yes. Come
let's
forward.
see. Can she be seen?
I don't know. Center camera, maybe.
Yeah. Lean in. Come in. Come in.
Step into
Why don't
the
you
light.
come in?
Find the light.
We have a friend of the show.
Yes.
Manette. Manette has been a watcher of us. She's one of our lucky 10.
Actually, this episode I think goes to 11, maybe 12.
I'm
not
there
sure.
we go.
Goes to 11.
It goes past 11.
Yeah.
Maybe 12.
Hello,
Who knows?
Manette.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah. So.
Hello, Scott.
Yeah, Scott Davenport, Esquire. Spencer Pablo Escobar.
Wow.
Good day.
Couldn't help myself.
Good day.
Yeah. So we are at Mission Beach, South Mission Beach in San Diego, and the whole idea was to come out here and just take some photos. I was hoping to find some isolated lifeguard towers, and instead, they all kind of congregated together. And I don't know if it's a seasonal thing or if it's because of the construction of a new lifeguard tower or so forth, but yeah.
It was weird. It was
A
weird.
little bizarre.
It's like they were cold. They needed to huddle together.
It kind of was like that. They were hurting.
Literally. Yes, they were hurting.
So, I think last night I peeked in to see what the forecast for sunrise was going to be, and it looked good.
It did.
It looked like it was going to be pretty good, and you look around, you're like, wow, there's a decent amount of clouds. The clouds were in a place that I think were nice, but there was haze also blocking some of the sun from really making those clouds pop.
The sunrise was, I describe it as pleasing, not, on fire.
Yeah.
It was a very nice, relaxed morning.
It was nice. It was nice.
But yeah,
it was romantic.
Comparing it to some of the other sunsets we've had recently.
Cutest couple.
Yeah. Oh, God. Thanks.
Oh, man. So I flew my drone because I was like, what? My camera, my A7R III, it was taking 30-second exposures, and I was like, well, what am I going to do? Oh, I know. Fly a drone. I got a drone. I bought myself a drone for Christmas. And so I flew my drone. I was scared for some of these seagulls because I have heard horror stories that these seagulls will come attack. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Tape a churro to it.
Yo, yeah. Oh, they won't attack that. That's for sure. My drone will be safe.
Doesn't Lume Cube make churro attachments now too? I'm pretty sure. You should look into it.
Yeah. Hey, Lume Cube, churro attachments, maybe hot dog
I think that's
attachments.
what we need. Yeah. For
man,
it's the future of delivery of foods.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
So how'd your shoot go?
So yeah, what did you shoot, Matt?
I was shooting that way, but I was hoping more for
that way.
the
By the way,
streaks.
is towards the sun.
That way be east.
Yeah, I was shooting towards the east, but I was hoping to shoot south. What is that? OB?
That's Ocean Beach Pier right over there.
Yeah, and I was hoping for more streaks to go that way, which didn't happen. It was kind of sad.
Yeah, it was more of the color seemed to be in the north, which was a little farther from where we're standing.
I was not. I'm a lazy photographer too, and there's no.
When I say
the sand
north,
is a pain.
I mean, when I say north, I mean that was like a couple of miles. So I mean, it wasn't going to be like I'll just walk over there, and by the time you got there, it would have been gone. Yeah.
And plus, all the lifeguard towers were hurting, so there's nothing you could plop right there.
The beach was just empty. I mean, it's usually dotted with the towers, but not this time. Hey, so that's how it goes.
It was a nice day to be at the beach. It was one of those, hot cocoa in the hand and just kind of enjoy the birds.
As I'm looking at your
as I'm
ice.
drinking my cold brew. It was one of those mornings, but it was a morning that, the tripod legs coming out and the cameras coming out. It was beautiful, but it wasn't photogenic, and I'm going to use that quite a bit because, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess it's a fair characterization.
Yeah.
If the camera was still in the bag, it would have been great for a walk.
Yeah.
Especially along that paved path, which which is easier to walk on.
Paved being the
It goes all along.
sand
Yeah, it goes
evil.
all. No, not so much the sand. It goes all along the meandering its way around between the ocean and the harbor. It's actually a really nice walk. Rollerbladers, if you're into that, that's where you want to go.
Now, that being said, when I was taking some of these pictures, by the way, I don't know if the center camera can see what's going on behind. I see a guy who's like half naked on my rear view cam. Oh, he's putting on
Well, he's
one of
putting
those.
on a wetsuit.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay,
A lot of guys come to
I
surf.
can't.
Yeah.
You're right, but I can't see the wetsuit part. I was like, oh, we're in a weird beach.
It's not that weird.
Okay, so I was looking. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm taking a picture. It's hard to tell on the 3-inch screen. It may actually be a keeper, and if it is, I'll post it right now. And if it wasn't, you're just gonna have a picture of me
You'd have
smiling
a freeze
uncomfortably for
frame.
like 3 seconds.
Oh my god. I may just do that. So since I get to edit, I may just do that anyway.
Oh man!
As a matter of fact, I think that's going to be the title card for this episode. Uncomfortable smile. That is also the title.
Oh man!
Uncomfortable smiles. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm already doing it.
Yeah. Oh, great. I'm going to have a collage of uncomfortable
Yes.
smiles.
Oh,
Boy.
man.
So speaking of uncomfortable, how about this conversation?
Well, I'm
Surrounded by
looking.
guys stripping in the parking lot.
Guys stripping,
Yeah.
shadows on our faces because the
Oh,
sun
yeah,
is
we
right
got
over
some
there. Like I'm like,
Pretty serious.
yeah,
light
this is
going on.
gonna be fun to watch. So thanks guys for watching us. Happy New Year, by the way.
It is New Year. Yeah. We're into January.
Yeah.
I think and when this episode's up, we will be past Elvis's birthday. You know, that's how you really classify January.
When's Elvis's birthday?
I think it's the
New Year's?
9th of
Really?
January. Yeah. But he's dead now, so he doesn't
Yeah.
age.
Oh yeah.
If-
I just remember
If
young
he is
Elvis.
dead.
I don't
Yeah, well, I mean, there's two
know.
people. Actually, there's two types of photographers in this world: those that like Elvis and those that don't. Where do you stand?
That's a long pause.
That was a long pause. So I would argue that young Elvis was good and old Elvis was bad.
Is the old Elvis the Love Me Tender Elvis?
That's the
Well,
young
that was
Elvis.
when he started to forget the lyrics to "Love Me Tender." Is the old
Oh.
Elvis? He would like forget how to sing on stage, and he kind of just was going through the motions, as opposed to the
Do you-
young Elvis,
okay,
which was
so you-
all shook up. And
Did you even
Yeah,
watch the
Love Me
movie,
Tender.
Love Me Tender?
I've never watched an Elvis movie though. No.
Oh, I have.
No.
There's even the cliff diving one. I'm not.
Elvis Cliff.
I don't know, but he was in. I think it was in Acapulco. Somebody like. am
I know
remembering
what
some
kind of
other rock
photographer
and roll
Manette
star?
is. She's I love Elvis
She loves
photographer.
Elvis. Yeah.
New title for this
Back in the
episode.
day, just to age
Manette loves
myself,
Elvis.
Yeah.
when TNT only played old movies.
Oh,
Before Turner Classic Movies, TNT just played like National Velvet,
Really?
Elvis Presley Day,
Wow.
Esther Williams
I
Day.
can't recall a time that they were like that.
I
I
can't
can't.
believe
I
that this
can't.
conversation has gotten
I'm
this
sorry.
deep into Elvis because I was just making
That's
a
your
one-off,
fault.
like riff.
That's your fault.
Good thing I didn't use Neil Sedaka.
I got nothing on Neil.
Wait. I know.
I got nothing. have
I
no
know
old
that
movies
name
for
from
him.
seeing his name in like albums in my parents' record collection.
Yeah.
I don't know anything by Neil Sedaka, but I believe he's a singer.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
So there
By
you
my
go.
mom
And the
that
thing is,
album.
I bet if we
Messed
play a
up.
song right now, if we find out what Neil Sedaka sings, we're all gonna jam to it because
I honestly just do not know, but I do not want to find out. It's like one of life's little mysteries that I'm
Okay.
Stuff for my mom for Christmas
Oh.
now. Neil Sedaka.
Neil Sedaka.
Okay, Eric Carmen. Do you know who Eric Carmen is? I'm looking.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Hungry
saying
Eyes.
Hungry Eyes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to throw down? Yeah, you gonna play it like that?
He sings all by myself, which
Oh,
is how I
really?
feel right now.
Wait, he sings all by myself?
He does.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, we don't have the
Yeah.
copyright.
Like 6, as long as it's less than 10 seconds. As long as it's less than 10 seconds.
Yeah,
you're
no.
okay.
Anyways, he does sing all by
Oh,
myself.
wow, okay.
Oh, let me put this down.
Man.
On my-
So,
on my
all right,
myself.
let me spin this back to like
Okay.
actual camera stuff because I really got off on the musical tangent.
Yeah, you did.
So, besides the empty beach, there's this jetty that's out here.
Mhm.
Did you guys get any interesting shots of that?
That was
Shake your
literally
head.
the only shot that I think I got. That's the maybe it looks good as soon as I open it up on a computer. You'll see it if it was good.
Now, were you shooting like really, really wide, or
Yeah.
did you get tight? Because there's this one like concrete thing out there that.
I noticed you
It's all
shot that
tagged
time.
up.
I noticed you zoomed in on that. Well, actually, you had it prime, but you just you zoomed in on that particular.
I didn't actually
feature.
have
It looked good.
the prime. I didn't have the 70 to 200 to get like the full on reach
Right.
for it.
Was it a
but,
55 you used or what?
It was
Or
the
50?
24 to 70. So I was
Oh.
at 70. But I wouldn't have wanted just this. I mean, it is literally just a concrete box with a hole in the middle of it. I don't know what it was, and it's all tagged up and everything like that.
It's a good minimalist feature.
But if because I didn't want to lose some of the sky. I mean, as we were saying, the color wasn't there, but there were some nice, just soft patterns that I thought were nice. You know, it's a nice contrast to the hard, stones and rocks or whatever they build these jetties out. The one other shot that I was trying to set up on, I was telling you about this while we're standing out on the jetty, is just finding a few, like clumps of kelp or something like that on the beach. And I found this pattern of 3 of them. Yep. I was like, all right, this is nice. I'm 2.5 feet from the one in front of me. Setting up, tripods there, I'm measuring stuff. I mean, yeah, so, what, this far?
Yeah.
And this couple walking along the beach had to go in between that 2.5 feet of where my camera was to where this seaweed was. And then, I was like, well, now I have sneaker prints. And I stood there for a minute going, could I clone those out? And this is not like white sand or anything like that. There's all these little streaks of tar. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to do it. So I had to go find something different. So I ended up with one clump of of kelp, which I don't know. Maybe I just got soured on the whole thing.
I didn't know it was. You were telling me about that, but I didn't know it was 2.5 feet. That's like an arm's length away.
It was not a lot of space there, and there's an entire amount of beach. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it was.
So for something like that, where I want that to be like my piece, and I don't like being the entitled photographer. But what I'll do is, if I'm looking around, I'm like, dude, there's so many other places for people to walk. I'll place my bag in such a way that prevents people from walking over. But man, if they walk over that bag,
well, I think that wouldn't have mattered. It would have been, they would have just went around the bag and continued in front of where I was shooting.
How wide were you shooting?
Really wide.
But
this was not a wide angle problem.
Okay.
This was not one of those things where I'm looking at the front of this car here. And, wide angle wise, I'd be seeing, cars to the side of me and everything like that. It's not like somebody's sitting off to the side.
Right.
This would be, here's my camera and I'm shooting this. I'm going to walk through here irrespective. It was okay. So it wasn't one of those, I'm not a photographer. I don't understand how wide angle wide really is.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. I just didn't care. It's like,
well, that sucks.
That's kind of a bummer.
That sucks.
But
made the milk in your coffee be sour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly, dude.
That's like
that can kill someone, Manette.
Hey.
Gosh.
That's with an intent. He said irrespective. I say disrespective.
Irrespective. Something with spective at the end.
So,
yeah.
Well, okay, we weren't here.
Go ahead.
We weren't here for very long. But in the time that we were here, someone got in my shot as well. Well, I don't like I said, I don't like being the one that owns a particular area. If I'm taking a picture, I like sharing it with other folks. So I set my tripod, I set it up, and I get my composition, and a guy, he sees me do it, and I notice he's watching me for like half a minute, and he goes, "Oh, can I go take a picture also from where I'm at?" I guess he saw what my composition was.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, by all means." And so he climbed up, and he hung out in front of my camera for about 5 minutes. And I was like, with his cell phone, mind you, he took like 2 selfies, and then everything else was just like, I'm going to take a picture, and then literally the same exact shot. But 2 seconds later, I'm going to take another shot. So I was like, oh, man. Oh, well.
Well, yeah. So that wasn't the same guy that walked out to the end and back.
No.
Okay, because
that was another dude.
That was kind of cool. I mean, he's like, at least he asked. Say, do you mind if I walk out there?
Yeah.
At that point, if you're shooting that wide, he's going to be this,
Oh, right.
It wouldn't matter. And he was actually coming back in, and I was shooting that same jetty, and I must say it was like a couple of minute exposure. He didn't even show up just because he was continually moving.
Good.
So he just kind of disappeared through.
Good. By the way, that guy, I recorded video of him. I'll share it with you, and it'll be now here. It looked pretty good from the drone. It looked really cool.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
From the drone. So, no one gets in my way in the drone except for seagulls. Then if they get in my way, that drone's coming down.
And churros.
And churros. So, it was... it's a beach, the beach is for the people.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, almost everywhere I go. Actually, not everywhere I go. I don't own the land. I'm not going to tell somebody you can't go there because, it's just, But you do wish there was at least a little bit of, at least some ask. The person asks, then if I'm really like, hey, can you give me 2 minutes, and then it's all yours.
Right.
So Manette, how about you? Have you had an experience or a thing where someone's just either gotten in your way or just been kind of I don't know, troglodytish? Is that a word?
Wow.
Knuckle dragger.
Yeah. You go look that one up later.
Yeah,
okay.
No, but no, I normally I'm jammed in with a bunch of other photographers, so we're gonna get in each other's way. But most people are pretty nice, saying once they realize what they're walking in front of, that hesitation, and then like, whoa, and so no, go on through, you're good.
Yeah.
Not where it's a whole beach. This place is empty. We're here before 7 a.m. And it's like, let me walk in front of Scott. That's a little different. I've not had that before.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. I mean, it's like, am I a magnet? I mean, it's like you see like shopping carts always try to go toward that one car that's still parked there.
Jeez. The next time you should, it would be just funny. Do that again, and then just put like rose petals in between you and it. And then that way.
Yeah, one more thing for the gear bag. I got rose petals.
You don't
have rose petals?
Oh,
you have rose petals? That's a thing. You're supposed to carry.
I'm not.
I did not know this as well, but okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone, go to your local camera shop. Go buy some rose petals.
Rose petals. Yeah. What aisle do you find that in?
Next to the.
Potpourri. I'm at
confetti.
Target.
Next to the confetti cannon.
Oh yes, of course.
In the rice. It's the wedding section. Of
there we go.
I want a confetti cannon now.
Hey, that confetti cannons are good times. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, at the end of this, I think I actually got 2 or 3 photos I'm really pleased with. As weird as the collection of lifeguard towers was, I think some stuff came out of that.
I want to see how that.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. I liked it better before the sun started to rise because it was very monochromatic. Everything was really blue toned.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be. Well, I have to see. Yeah, once I get on the big screen, they said that 3-inch. LCD is deceiving sometimes. Like, this is the greatest.
Sometimes, exactly. Sometimes you think it's like, I'm going to set that for rejected as soon as I import that. And then you look at it and you're like, whoa, this is cool. But it also works in the opposite direction,
Yeah.
Oh, I lost focus, or it's blurry, whatever. So I've never been here. You told me it was a jetty. In my mind, I was like, oh, this is going to be so epic and stuff like that. But when we got here, like, you never count on construction.
Well, thankfully, the construction's not on top of the jetty. But yeah, I was trying to find this out because I know that the area, they've been wanting to build a new lifeguard tower for, 20 years. And the one there, it's kind of cool looking if it weren't surrounded by, that makeshift construction fencing and so forth. And I couldn't find any info on had they started the work because the permit finally happened before, I would say like March or so of 2017.
Okay.
They don't construct up until like after Labor Day. They'll start doing things so they don't mess up the tourist season. Well, obviously they fenced some stuff off. I see some bits and pieces of something going up.
It's just weird though that you get, because I mean it's a gathering of lifeguard towers over there. It's almost like Voltron. Do you guys know what Voltron is? Like, in order to construct a thing, you need to combine all of these mini ones to be, like, why would you have to grab all of these lifeguard towers and put them together to construct one new one? It's
I don't think. Well, when I say
construct, mega life tower,
there's two different kinds. There's 2 different kinds of life towers, right? Lifeguard towers. This is not like the little mobile ones that you see dotted along the beach. This would be like. Think of like the Baywatch one, if you've ever seen like it's like this big wooden structure, 2 or 3 levels. I mean, it's something larger than just
the permanent one.
Yeah, the more this that wooden thing that's over there. If you didn't see it, go look at it. But they're building, I think. I don't know if it's gonna be larger, but a new one.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it'll take forever if it's like La Jolla.
It will take forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a long time. It's like any city project, permits and things and delays and stuff. But if they're not going to construct before and after like tourist season, maybe they'll finish it by March next year. And we can come back.
Yeah. I'll come back. This place has potential. Especially looking across the way, I see that pier over in Ocean Beach.
Yes.
It looks pretty nice.
I would think from this vantage, and this is where the drone would be really cool, because you'd have several lines. You've got 2 different jetties that come out. Then you've got the pier, and then, the open sea. And if you've got, land, water, and you get a decent sky, you get some nice color reflection, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That could work.
I see a lot of potential. I see a lot of potential from the air. I don't know that I have confidence in my own skills as a drone operator yet. I like having my drone, if it falls, I like being able to go get it because I have the...
Sure.
But as soon as it's beyond my reach or I can walk to it, it freaks me out. So...
Drone anxiety.
You get that. You get that.
It's a thing.
I mean,
it's a thing, yeah.
I remember 2013 or 14 when I had a first generation DJI Phantom, and in fact it was over in Ocean Beach. I had a job where I was hired to photograph the inside of a condo. And it looked great, and the client was like, "Hey, you know what? Can we? Because I have a deck on top of the third floor.
Yeah.
I want you to record the fact that from the deck I can see the ocean." I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, no problem." I took it off. I placed the drone up on the third deck, and then just as it was beyond the reach of my arm, I lost connection. It started moving all over the place. And I'm like, dude, this drone is going to come crashing down on the street. It's going to come crashing onto a car. The car's going to swerve into a restaurant. It's going to kill thousands of people, And so, and that freaked me out. And so that was 2014. And it took me 3 or 4 years before I had the nerves to fly a drone again. And
Do you have a drone?
No.
No? Are you just scared of them?
Yeah, I don't have I wasn't good at video games, so me flying something just the controller part, I'm like,
yeah.
It's gonna die.
And you're operating in 3D space.
Yeah.
There's up, down, left,
Yeah,
right.
I'm familiar with it. I do it all day.
Yeah, 3D space. Whoa.
Yeah.
But usually if you if you drive a radio controlled car, it's just like I go forward, left, right, whatever. This one here, you just have to be cognizant of everything.
And was the connection thing? I mean, so this was roughly 3.5 to 4 years ago. Is some of that the tech, and has the tech improved?
I'm pretty sure it was. So back then, I want to say it was 2.4 gigahertz. So if someone was microwaving popcorn, or I don't know, something like that,
okay, yeah.
And luckily, okay, so the end of that was I lost control of this drone, but I did notice as it was drifting away, increasing altitude, I could kind of get control. So I tried to bring it several hundreds of feet up when it would get instructions from my remote, and then way high, I was like, oh, I have control. So I finally brought it over the property, and then I just brought it down.
Yeah,
I had it crash into the ground, and it's hanging as an art piece on my wall right now. It's all mangled carbon fiber and
unflyable.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll fly, but I mean, at this point here, my daughter has a drone. It was a hand-me-down. So that drone is easier to fly and more reliable than that first gen Phantom. So yeah, that's it. I need more coffee.
Well, I need my first. So yeah. Check it out. Manette, thanks very much for
Thanks for having
joining
me.
us in the car. And
thanks, guys.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, let us out. Let us out. Press the button. Press the button.
Boop, boop, boop.
Look, everything's going. All right.
All of the doors. Oh.